can actually add a custom font. I just have a brand new Swift UI file here. Now, a lot of you probably use like that font, or there's a bunch of free fonts that you can find online. So let's talk about how we can get this to show up. So the first thing that I have on my desktop, I do actually have a font from that font. And you do need a TTF file or an OTF file. So you need one of those files, and usually you get one of those from those sites. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create sort of a group for fonts, especially if you have a ton of different fonts. So let's just go up to File, New, and let's just choose a group. And I'm just going to call this Fonts and hit Enter. And let's just find your font, and I'm going to drag this right there in my group. Alright, now it is important that you click this Add to Targets, so let's just make sure that we click that and hit Finish. Alright, so now our font is in our fonts group, or folder if you want to think of it that way. So how can we get this to show up? Well, we do have to do something in the back end here, and that's in the info.plist file. And what we want to do is we want to take a look at this information property list. And you should see a plus that's right here beside it. Just hit that. Sometimes this thing gets buggy, but hit the plus. There it is. And I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to look for font. Fonts provided by application. Click that and hit Enter. Okay, so I'm going to hit the drop down on it, and it has an item that we can add here. So if I hit that plus, there we go. And we can get rid of one, but it's blank. And what we need to do is I need to type it the same exact way that it shows up on the file here. So it needs to be capital S. So mine is called 60 dot TTF. And I'm going to hit Enter. And this item 0, I can delete that. So now I have the item 1, excuse me. Item 0 I'm keeping. So that's the font. And if you have more fonts that you want to add, if you have a ton of different fonts, go ahead and just keep hitting the plus up here and just keep adding those in, and you'll get a fresh new one where you can type in the string there. And sometimes it does get a little finicky. I think it's like an Xcode bug where it stalls a little bit, but it'll eventually work. Okay, so we've done what we had to do in the back end here. So now all I need to do, let's go back to our content.swift, contentview.swift file, and under text, what I need to do is, of course, I'm going to change the font. So let's choose hit dot font, and then let's create parentheses. And inside, we want a custom font. So I do need to type a capital F. So I'm going to say font dot custom. And usually it will auto-complete for you. And just hit enter here. And in the string, go ahead and give it the name. The same exact name that it has. So mine is just 60. 60. There it is. Alright, you don't have to put the file extension. And then you also have a size parameter. So let's just say I want this to be 50 pixels here. So let's see if it works. So I'm going to hit resume. And there it is. My font shows up. Everything is good here. Now you also do have other modifiers that you can put. So let's go in and add another text element. And you do have to kind of click over here. And I'm going to just choose text. Type this in. And the reason I'm doing it this way is so I don't have to manually add the VStack. And I'm just going to place it right there on the bottom there. Alright, and now here we go. So, class, doesn't matter what I put. Alright, now I'll click resume, and we should have the text pop up there. Okay, now there are a ton of different modifiers that you can add for text. One that I'm going to choose is bold. So if I hit plus here and get rid of that, remember modifiers are found here. And there are a ton of different modifiers that you can add, but one that I'm looking for is mostly font weight. All right, so you also have italic, you got kerning, you got line limit, you have all these different things, tracking, underline. These are all things that you can actually add. So let's just say if I drag font weight over here to, I can go in and I can add, and now you can see that it is bold. And if you want to see all the things that you can add, if I hit the period here, you can see that I have like bold, heavy, light, medium. You can go in and play around with these. So these are just modifiers that you can add. So go ahead and just test those out and look at those text modifiers that you can go in and change.